Hello there. We're back at it again. It's Jade. My name rhymes with
I
lemonade.
wasn't gonna do that introduction again, but I finally made my first rug. I actually made it for my mom. And I'm gonna show you what I did and what I thought of it and next steps. So I got a lot of yarn for free off of Facebook and like people I knew. So I bought this yarn winder to make sure that it was easy to, pull it through my gun. And so if you can buy this at like Michael's for like $25, and what it does is it makes an easy ball that has a center pull from the yarn. And after you're done winding it, you basically, there's a yarn that's in the middle, you loop it through your gun, and bam, it works. Not a problem. Much better than my second video.
Okay, so after you yarn the wine, it kind of looks like these balls like I showed earlier. We're going to do the brown first to see how it looks like. And so again, what I'm going to be doing differently this time is I'm going to be putting the yarn on my left side because I'm right dominant. And I'm actually going to do two this time. I didn't want to practice with two just because I didn't want to waste hella yarn. But now that I have an idea of what I'm doing and I'm actually ready to do a design, we're going to do the whole thing on the left, two yarns, and actually tracing a design. So let's see.
See, you can see that the yarn there's no tension. It's coming easily out of the middle. And that really solved my problem in the first two videos. You can see that there's a difference between like the left and the right side, and I actually did that on purpose because I wanted to see, like how far and how close could I actually be with the yarn. I did have some difficulties, which I'll be talking about later, but it's my first rug ever.
Good morning, Vietnam. So we have our first rug.
Look at me.
This is from my mom. So she wanted an owl, so I made it for her, but I also made this little square in the making, which I'll give you a better picture soon. So let's talk about strengths and deltas. First, let's start off with the deltas so we can end on a positive note with a strength. Up here, let me just get this. So up here, this was loose. It came out. I can put my fingers through it. While this one is okay. So that's number one. I think it's a little bit better view. Okay, yeah, but I have some gaps right here, some gaps right here. I have some gaps over here too. That's all messed up. We already said that. There's some white strange from the canvas. Like it's not from the yarn, it's from the canvas. You can see it better on the ground, on the brown. It's not too far though. Moving on to strengths. I think there are some areas where I did really close and good. This is my first time working with a lot of curves, and so after a while I got to hang with it. I actually should suggest an outline. So this outline wasn't part of the design, but as I was doing my black, I only had so little that I wanted to practice it. So I got an outline here, and I think it really, one, it makes it look nicer because the outing would have just been a white. But overall, this is a good practice one. For my first one. Let's look at the square now. Okay, so this square, I started off with the brown because I only had so much of it left. I just wanted to use it, and same with the yellow. So I just wanted to practice, just making a square, getting really close. I'll show you the back in a minute. But I think this is a really good square. Honestly, better than the owl because there's not so many curves. You're not worrying about the stress of a design. And so I was able to practice my line work and just how close everything is. I'm going to show you the back now. Okay, so we're at the back now. These white ones are really close. This is actually two lines, and so are these black ones. And you can see that there's a space. I think overall this is really a decent one. On the other side, y'all saw how it looked. It looked kind of tight. So I think this is pretty good. You can just pull these out and then you'll really see it. But I think this is pretty good for the square. Let's look at the owl now. Okay, so I just want to say I started at the belly, and I think, this was a good rug to practice because there was a lot of space, because in other areas like the eye, up here, they're a lot tighter. And I feel like they're more consistent too. So you can definitely see that I started at the body, and other areas are much nicer. I don't really know what happened here. I was trying to turn, and use it. That might have been the problem. So I don't know. Either way, now I have. So I didn't realize that I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then obviously they're hella uneven. But I think overall, dude, not too bad. There are some gaps. There's a gap right here. There's a gap right here.
So after you're done with the rug, you want to get it like this rug glue. I just bought this at like Lowe's, but you can buy it at Home Depot. And you want to put on that back because then it makes sure that obviously the thread's not coming out and it kind of sticks on one place. You can see from the back that I really didn't clean up the back of the rug, which I don't, you're supposed to clean it up. I just didn't do it. Um, but you have to let that dry for like a day. And then when it's done drying, you're gonna cut it out, just like I'm doing here. I fast forward this heck of times. You're obviously not gonna cut this fast. But when it's done, then you're basically just gonna hot glue it like I'm doing here. This is a long video of me doing it, so I also wanted to use this section for my last thoughts. But a couple things. I mentioned that I got yarn for free. That is true. If you have social media, throw it out there. There's a lot of creatives. There's a lot of people who crochet and knit that most likely are got yarn that they don't want to use. So get some yarn because even though I'm making mistakes, I'm not feeling like I'm wasting my money because I spent hella money on yarn. Next one, I would say like make sure the design that you're drawing, like each piece has enough space for you to make mistakes, especially when you're beginning, because with the dots in the middle, they were small. It was easy to miss. And that's what I did. I missed them. That's why I miscounted them. Second, if you can, try to use as much space on your canvas because I actually wasted like a decent amount because I only did the owl and the square as you could see it. And I was like, damn, like I could have tried to practice like circles or whatever. But either way, it's not easy. You got to just keep trying. And again, I got that yarn winder at Michael's. So I don't know. I haven't touched my rug gun since then, but I am feeling way more optimistic that I have the tools that I need to succeed, and I kind of know what I'm doing. So good luck, everybody. Let's see me finish this rug.